So we've got a little bit to talk about today. A little update concerning all this craziness with WATA, the WATA graded Castlevania Rondo of Blood, the eBay seller who had this thing listed for $4,000, threatening to sue me over my videos talking about it, trying to warn the public about reproductions being graded by WATA, bootlegs, whatever you want to call them, counterfeits. Uh, just letting the public know and pointing out, like, hey, this is just ridiculous. These are the things to look out for. And after I did all these videos, I had plenty of people reach out to me, including Tobias of PCE Works. I do have a sealed copy of Rondo of Blood right here. Maybe I'll send this into WATA to get it graded, and I'll sell it on eBay for No, I'll put it up for $3,000. That's a better price. No, I highly doubt that this would get through to WATA. And there's reasons why beyond the stuff that I pointed out in my videos. Talking about how you could tell these are reproductions type of thing, the trademark and all that, and the print. There's other things as well. And I just find it strange and I find it funny. And we're going to get into a few other things real quick. But I just wanted to touch on this WATA thing, as there was plenty of people who reached out to me. And I tried finding documented information on this, but it just seems kind of difficult. But it feels like if so many people are reaching out to me with very similar stories, that it has to be out there somewhere that people were discussing this way back. Because from what allegedly, what I'm hearing is that this WATA graded Rondo of Blood, that WATA themselves were like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, I don't know what the heck's up with their process. They have a weird clause in their FAQ concerning sealed product, and if things were resealed, maybe it was due to like the manufacturer's seal getting torn and they resealed, like weird stuff like that. But from what I'm hearing from others, allegedly, this was sent into WATA as a sealed copy of the game. And WATA had noticed, like, hey, the seal doesn't seem right. We don't think this is an original seal. And I don't know all the details on it, but that's why it's graded as complete in box, because they were like, the seal seems funny, but everything else seems legit. Still, shame on them, right? And they graded it as complete in box instead of a sealed copy. They felt that the seal was fishy. And that's the story that I was hearing. And after people had reached out to me, Tobias had reached out to me from PCA Works and brought up other ways to find out that they are his reproductions of Rondo of Blood. And it all had to do with the seal. He's like, that's the deadest giveaway, is the damn seal. And I'm like, well, I didn't know. I didn't know. But supposedly, allegedly, this got sent back out to the person who sent it in. It was graded. And for some reason, they found out, like, oh, crap, we made a big mistake. We want this back. Like, can you send this back, please? And the person could or could not be the person selling it. I don't know. Was like, nah, man, like, you got to pay me all this money. Story I heard from a couple people. Like I said, I'm not finding documentation on that. But it seems kind of strange because, yes, Tobias reached out to me concerning his products and how you could tell. And there's a very, dead giveaway besides that trademark on this. But every single PCE Works, PC Engine, game that they sell or have sold, they don't have the same seal as an original would. Plenty of copies will have a pull tab to open it up. Every copy, a PC Engine original, will have a pull tab either on the bottom, vertical or horizontal on later releases. And I'll show you examples of that because I did a lot of digging to make sure that was correct. And it does appear that is correct. And every piece, it comes straight from Tobias. This is a PCE Works copy. It doesn't have a pull tab on the seal. It's just, that's it. So those copies, when you look at them, they also, besides all the other, obvious indications that it's not authentic, it didn't have that pull tab that all games do. So the seller, they threatened to sue me because whatever, like I said in the other video, bring it. But it just, they know they don't got nothing against me here. And it's funny because I didn't notice, but they had this listing up as well, which they are selling a PCE Works opened, like a limited edition, like some kind of collector's copy that PCE Works put out. And it's clearly marked PCE Works. So come to your own conclusion. Does this individual know that these are PCE Works repros, bootlegs, counterfeits, non-authentic? Hey, your guess is as good as mine, right? But we could come to our conclusions there. Now, the thing that I find funny is this individual, yeah, after that email to me with the oh, I'm gonna sue you. Where is it? Right here. I'm writing because, and everybody pointed out, and I didn't really want to make it a big giant joke in that video, but these were obvious things to me as well. Like, hey, this dude just Googled like a form, some kind of template, and just sent it to me. Like, he didn't even fill it out properly with all the brackets, but whatever, whatever. But yeah, this guy was selling all this stuff. Now, when you go to his store, he also changed his banner. No longer has that WATA graded seal up there. And both of the sealed copies that he was selling as brand new, no mention of being reproductions, have been removed for one reason or another. They are no longer on eBay. So he either chose to remove them himself or eBay removed them. I don't know. The other possibility is some crazy mofo bought them for $4,000 or $2,300 for the one that's just like this, $2,300. From what I understand, these were like $40 when PCE Works was selling them. But yeah, he no longer has those listed. And I wanted to show you, like, here's somebody else selling these PCE Works, Dracula X Rondo of Blood. I have nothing against reproductions. I've said it. I own reproductions. I just don't like when they're not clearly marked or they're not clearly identifiable to your average retro gamer, your average collector, somebody just getting into the hobby. There's too many things that trick people. I don't like reproductions like that. And I still do feel this is a damn good reproduction as far as the way it looks. There's those signs, but maybe somebody not as knowledgeable or not as experienced, they might still think this is legit. So I still think even having these things listed, just saying PCE Works, which if you're in tune with things, okay, if you don't even know what PCE Works, what is PCE Works? That seems, I've never heard of that. Like, look into it type of thing. But I still think like these listings that sell the PCE Works stuff should still make note, like, these are not, Konami originals or whatever company, because all these listings, the specifics will always say like, publisher, developer, Konami, and all that stuff. And it still can come across as misleading. But to get off of that, I want to show you, I found plenty of examples. This is just one seller that has a lot of authentic stuff being sold. And they do have a lot of original games being sold that are sealed. This one, at first, it threw me for a loop because I was like, I don't see that pull tab, because Hue Cards and PC Engine CD games all have the pull tab. So this one, it was like, I don't really notice it on the bottom, the horizontal, but if you take a closer look, it does have the vertical pull tab. Pulls up, so it'll be right along like the spine, like so many millimeters away from the spine. Right at the ass edge there, and you pull up and unseal it. There are plenty of examples. This one here has the horizontal seal. You could see it at the bottom. This is a dead giveaway for reproductions of PC Engine CD games. If they don't have that pull tab to unwrap it, they're not legit. Like, that's the deadest giveaway from what I'm hearing from both PCE Works, and other people have told me the same thing in the bit of research I've done. So that's one way. I wouldn't say that's 100%, because I don't know if you can, if people can copy that, but that's supposed to be one of the deadest giveaways. You see this game as well, it has the vertical one. There's so many indications, and examples out there concerning like originals, authentic games being sealed that way. And for me to get like threatened with a lawsuit to put out essentially a public service announcement that, hey, these are some things to look out for, the legitimacy of WATA, I just, all the stuff that they've been involved in or accused of, people just hating them for what has happened with retro games, that to me can all be thrown to the side. If you're all for graded games, this kind of stuff should really harm the reputation of WATA. Like, do you really feel confident? You see something being sold that's WATA graded, are you 100% confident what you're going to get is actually being represented properly? Because we've seen, these examples, we've seen hacks and repros being graded by WATA, and people selling them out there. The legitimacy and the prestige, supposedly, of the seal to me means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. If it's behind a slab, how do I know? Even if this was in an authentic case, how do I know what's inside the case is authentic? I don't. When it's behind an acrylic slab graded by a company, and then especially a company who has not proved themselves to be reliable, to be accurate, to be professional. That's my opinion. Because when we've seen all this stuff happen, yeah, where's the confidence in a graded product? I feel there is none. Why would anybody ever want this stuff if there's been these examples of essentially fraud? Having a sealed reproduction being represented as presented as real, authentic, that just kind of squashes the whole thing, just throws out the whole program, in my opinion. But that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about with this. I think that might be the end of the saga. If not, we'll continue on, whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of give a little update. But yeah, that seller on eBay is no longer selling those specific ones, that $2,300 sealed normal copy, and then the WATA one that was like $4,000. They've been removed. So that tells you something. Appreciate you guys watching. Bye.